You guys, honestly, okay, I just hard launched like my new like routine on my TikTok. I just like told you guys. So okay, first of all, oh my god, I know there's so much to talk about. I haven't uploaded a video in so long, but this isn't even really a video. This is kind of like something a little bit different. Okay, I fucking say this all the time. I'm in a new era. Fuck! I know what it sounds like. But this is a real deal shit. This is real deal shit, you guys. Okay, I briefly, well, it wasn't brief. The video was like 4 minutes long on my TikTok. I just explained it on my TikTok. I hard launched it to you guys. You guys are gonna be shocked. I literally just posted like 30 seconds ago, and I'm like too scared to look at the comments, so I'm distracting myself by doing this. Okay, but this is kind of like the same vibe. So you guys, I decided this is weird. I have so much to announce. I literally have. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so long. Holy shit. Okay. I'm in a new era, bitch, and I fucking mean it this time. This is a big shit, okay? So basically, where do I even begin? Okay, like, watch my TikTok, so, like, I basically said the same thing on my TikTok. I'm just gonna say what I said on my TikTok, because maybe you guys didn't watch it or whatever. You want to hear it again. I'm sure you do want to hear it again, because you want to hear me talk again. I'm in a new fucking era, okay? Let me give you the full rundown. Okay, so, you guys know, duh, I've been waking up at 3:30 a.m. for... I'm always waking up. I think I started waking up at 3:30 a.m. around winter of 2021. I think I got real strict with it because I used to do like 3 days a week and then 2 days a week I would sleep in, like on the weekdays. I would sleep in on Tuesday, Thursday, and I would wake up early on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if I remember correctly. And then winter of 2021, I got really, really strict with it about waking up at 3:30. And of course, I would try my best all the time to get 8 hours of sleep. Like I would try to get as much sleep as I could, but like sometimes like when you're waking up that early, like it's just like what would 8 hours even be? Like 7? I would have to go to bed at 7:30. Like very rarely would I be asleep at 7:30. I'd be in bed at 7:30 a lot. Would I be asleep? No. I feel like usually I would go to bed closer to 9, and then like some days like I would be up until 9, not even have my makeup off at 9, whatever. So like it obviously depends on like, and like on Sundays I would always be asleep super early or like be in bed at like 6:45, 7, you know? But like obviously not every single day I'm passed out by 8, you know what I mean? And then like more days than not I probably like wasn't, as I kept getting busier and busier with TikTok and stuff. Like when I was back doing, so I'm like looking at my phone because I haven't pulled up my phone. Like back when I wasn't doing TikTok, again, I had nothing to fucking do, and I would just, you know, like that was my whole life, was my routine. Like I feel like I've gone in deeper about this, about like what my routine, like where it came from and stuff, and like why I do what I do, and like it came from a place like I was very like alone and like had nothing better to do. So I was like, if I have nothing better to do, I might as well, you know, be a fucking girl boss and like do like wake up early, go to bed early, like work out, journal, meditate. Like if I had nothing else going for me other than like what I could control. And I think I've talked about this in my other videos before, but like I had so much no control over my life. I had no control over my life. And that was the only thing I could control with my routine, so I did it. And I had nothing better to do. I didn't have a social life. Like at the time, I like didn't like have like a boyfriend, and like I didn't have anything to like to do other than that. So I was so focused on that. But now I have all this other stuff going on. TikTok, I have other stuff going on, and I can't prioritize it as much anymore, like doing that, and which is good. Like I did not want to live the rest of my life waking up at 3:30. Like, you know, like that's I did not want that for myself. But that was just the phase of life that I was in. Like some people go through like party phases in college, like drinking, that, you know, and I went through that phase. Okay, like I went, no, not the party phase, my phase that I went through was the 3:30 a.m. shit. And like the waking up early, the, you know, girl bossing, to, you know, put it in a generalized term. I literally hate that I have like used that word so much, and it's like part of my brain. It actually pisses me off. But that was just the time in my life that I was in, and now that things are getting busier, like with my TikTok, with my life in general, like I want to start doing, you know, putting my priorities and like putting my time into like different things. Other than that, you know, like that era like had its moment, like blew up on TikTok. It made me who I am today. It launched my career in like TikTok and social media. Literally, like I would not be where I am today without like that grind. Like I had such a fucking driven, like motivated mentality, and like I would not be who I am today or where I am today without that, and like I never would take it back for anything, you know, like I needed that in order to be who I am. And but obviously like you change, and like, you know, you have different priorities sometimes. And recently, you guys know I struggle with like stomach issues. Obviously this fucking piece of hair, god damn it. You guys know I struggle with stomach issues, and um acne. I have acne, like you can see it right here. Like it got really bad this week, and that's what kind of like triggered this whole realization thing for me. And I never really knew what it was from or like why it literally randomly developed in my life. I want to say winter 2021 is when my acne started happening right here, and then it's only right here. I literally, the rest of my skin is completely clear, like up here. I never break out anywhere else except here. And I know that means it's hormonal because you can look in like what part of your face means what when you're breaking out, and this is hormonal. So I always thought it had something to do with like my period. And my stomach issues, I had no idea why those started. Like it was really like a mystery to me. I thought maybe it was just something that I grew into as I was getting older. But I think that those both started around winter. And it didn't start like one certain day. It was kind of like gradual. And I've been struggling with those like so much, like with my acne. Like I haven't had like clear skin like since a year and a half ago. Was that a year and a half ago? Yeah, a year and a half ago, winter 2021. Since I started like really strictly waking up at 3:30 a.m. and like my stomach, like I eat, you guys know I put so much into what I eat, and if I have gotten it to be better, like my stomach problems have gotten so much better than like back last summer, like when I was like really like struggling bad with it. But it's not perfect still, and I'm still kind of like, why do I feel like this? Like, why am I like, and so someone actually commented on my TikTok, like, I said something like, oh, I have pimples, blah, 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 like, I'll make jokes about it all the time, like, it's not that big of a deal, and I would make a joke about my pimples, and someone commented and was like, why do you have pimples, like, you eat so healthy, like, you're so healthy, maybe you're stressing yourself out, and that's why you're having pimples, like, maybe your body is stressed from, like, how early you wake up. And for some reason, that just, like, clicked with me. It was, like, on Monday or Tuesday, and I was, like, I literally commented back, and I was, like, yeah, you're right. Because I was, like, wait, like, fuck? I was, like, literally, like, what the fuck? And, I was, like, shit. And that Sunday night, you guys know I went to the Drake concert on Sunday night, and I slept for, like, 3 hours, and then I woke up at 3:30, and I went to the gym the next day, just in my driven, motivated mentality. That's what I thought was the best thing to do. And that's when I really was like, wait, like, because that morning I woke up with like 3 huge fucking pimples, and like I'm not about to start my period, because usually around my period I'll get like a big ass pimple, you know, which is normal. But I got 3. They're gone now, but these are like the, you know, remnants of them. They just went away like the other day, and I was like, what? And I was like, am I stressed? Whatever. And then I woke up also that morning. All I had was like fries. Like the night before the concert, like we went out to dinner, I just got fries because I didn't want to like mess up my stomach. I didn't want to like be all bloated at the concert, you know? So, and like fries are something that I can easily digest. And so I just got fries, and I woke up so bloated the next morning. And I was like, I literally like didn't eat anything. Like I had fries. Like that's not something that hurts my stomach. And like before that, I ate super healthy that day. I had like eggs and shit. I'm like, why am I bloated? And like, I also am getting these 2 pimples. Like the night that the day that I woke up for Drake when I slept for 3 hours. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and my acne would always like, it would go away. I'm like, oh, like my skin's clearing up. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden it would be bad again. It would clear up, get bad again. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And also like my stomach. This is another thing I realized. My stomach, like on the weekends, I would be so like, oh, because I never really feel like perfectly like, my stomach is perfectly flat. Like there's no pain in my stomach. Like 90% of the time there's pain in my stomach. Sometimes it's better or worse than others. But like whenever my stomach did feel good, it was always on the weekend. And it would be like when I went to a wedding a couple weeks ago, I ate like I had like 3 desserts at the wedding. Like I ate a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have eaten at the wedding. Not that I shouldn't have eaten, but that would have hurt my stomach. And so I did something else. I think like a couple nights ago. Oh, like the night that I went out on St. Patrick's Day when I went out drinking, like whatever. I ate like crap. I was so skinny the next morning, like flat stomach, felt amazing, no stomach pain. And then after that wedding, I didn't drink, but I was eating a bunch of stuff. I ate like pasta and shit and tomato sauce. And tomato sauce usually makes my stomach go so bad. And I felt again so like, oh my God, like I look so skinny. And like my stomach was flat, no bloating, no pain. And I was like, what? Like, how does that make sense after the nights I drank and, like, ate a bunch of stuff? Like, I look skinnier than when I'm eating chicken, rice, eggs, oatmeal, you know what I mean? And I realized that, and I was like, that's so, like, why the fuck do I look skinny on the weekends? And it's because I think right now that those days after I went out, I'm gonna sleep in the next day, or, like, after the wedding, I slept in the next day. It's because I slept, like, 7 plus 8 hours those nights. And so my stomach was flat, and then like during the week when I'm sleeping, you know, 6, sometimes I would sleep 5.5 hours. Like if sometimes I was up really late, like doing stuff, like 5.5 hours, like 6, 7, like I rarely, like, I feel like I tried my best to sleep over 7, but like a lot of times it ended up being like 6 hours and 45 minutes. Like it was just it got really tough. And with all the stuff that I had going on, and I think that, and obviously like your sleep affects your hormones, and when you don't sleep enough, your cortisol levels rise. And cortisol is a hormonal acne, and that's what I feel like my acne would sometimes go away on the weekends when I was sleeping more. Like right now I have no active pimples. I like, these are all just like scars and stuff. I have like no like real like pimples, and I've been sleeping 7+ hours past like 3 days. And my stomach, I woke up this morning, I ate so much. I ate a cookie. I had like 2 different bags. I had like a whole can of Pringles. I had like these other cheese puff things. I had my tuna wrap from Whole Foods. I woke up this morning, skinniest I've ever looked. Like stomach completely flat, no bloating at all. And I'm like, okay, it's the sleep. It's the sleep thing. It's the sleep. It's the cortisol. And your brain and your stomach are so connected. I don't know if I've ever really talked about that before. I used to research that all the time. It's called the brain-gut axis. It's how your stomach and your brain are related. And like people like stress eat, or you like sad eat, sad eat, stress eat, your brain and your body are connected. Or like when you have a gut feeling about something, like you're like sick to your stomach about like, something that you're thinking about in your head, like, you know what I mean? Like you get like reactions in your gut when you're like thinking about certain stuff, and they're just so connected. And if you want to like look into more of that stuff, Andrew Huberman has a bunch of podcasts on it. He's like an actual like scientist person. Don't listen to me, listen to him. He's like a fucking doctor and shit, or PhD thing. I sound like an idiot. PhD thing. He's a very credible source. But I basically had that realization when I went to the Drake concert, and I was like, why am I so bloated and why do I have a bunch of pimples? And then that person commented on my video, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm not getting enough sleep. Like, and I was like, people are doing, people get less sleep than me. Like, I'm trying my best. Like, and like, I was grinding. Like, I was in my grinding era. Like, I had to, like, if I never went through that, I would have never built my TikTok up. You know what I mean? Like, I would have never taught myself all this discipline. And like, I would never be how confident I am today in like myself. And I know what I'm capable of. Like, I know that I can push myself to do things. But now my priorities are shifting. And I'm prioritizing now, like, sleeping, and, I'm switching my routine around, which is basically what I just announced on my TikTok. I put my whole new routine, my weekly routine, my morning routine for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my morning routine for Tuesday and Thursday, and basically I'm going to be waking up at 5 a.m. which is literally like sleeping in, like that sounds like that's like sleeping into me like so much. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and Tuesday, Thursday, I'm going to be waking up at 4:30, which I know is only an hour back, but I'm also going to be like very heavily more prioritizing my night routine and like getting to bed. Like, cause now that I realize how important, like that, like my body was genuinely like stressed out so much that it's causing me pimples and bloating and stomach problems. Like now that I realize like that it was the sleep, I have a whole new like prioritization of sleep and in my brain, and I'm prioritizing that over like productivity and like grinding, whatever. And so I'm excited about that. Hopefully it makes my acne go away, like it helps my stomach problems and stuff. And so I'm prioritizing my night routine more, trying to like being really strict about being in bed at 8 o'clock and, trying my best to be asleep by 9 o'clock, and that'll give me 7-8 hours of sleep. And then also on the weekends, like sometimes I would set an alarm on the weekends, and I just need to like sleep really. I'm gonna like research it more and like see like I haven't like researched it. It's just been like my own like self experience so far, but like I really think I need to be prioritizing it more, and that it's a lot more important than I like thought that it was. And I mean, I thought that it was important, but I was like, I don't know, my mentality was always like, these like CEOs and these people that are working hard, like when they were going through their grind era, when they were like trying to make it in life, like they probably, it's like, you're not going to prioritize sleep at every single point in your life. You're not going to prioritize the same stuff at all in every single area. Like sometimes like, new moms, like when you have a new baby, like you're not prioritizing like, oh, I need to eat healthy and work out and lose my baby weight. You're prioritizing your fucking baby that you know what I mean? Like, not to like compare that to like me, but like, you know what I mean? You always, or like when you're in college, you don't prioritize like, you know what I mean? You have different priorities at every area, at every point in your life, which is fine. And like I went through that, I learned, and now I'm entering a new part of my life. And So that's kind of like what I kind of just announced on my TikTok, that I'm switching my routine and stuff. And I'm excited because I literally, Thursday night when I woke up Friday morning, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, like I had dreams last night. Like I was in REM sleep, and I used to have dreams back before I was doing the 3:30 a.m. thing. I would have dreams every single night. I would have a dream. Like every night I would remember my dreams. And ever since I started doing 3:30 a.m. thing, I would only dream like on the weekends when I was sleeping in. And I never would have dreams on weekdays. And the Thursday night, I slept for about 7.5 hours, and I had like 2 dreams that I remembered, and I was like, oh my God, like I was in REM sleep. I was so happy and like excited, and I felt, dude, I was like on crack that day. Like I felt amazing. Like I wanted to go, I was like, I literally like want to go for a run right now. Like it was in the middle of my workday, and I was like, I want to go running. I want to go sprinting through the parking lot right now. And I was so energetic, and like I felt like it was my old self back, like my old like 21-year-old self, like before I started getting like as much into this. Like I just felt like my old self, and I was like, this is like my old personality. Like I have so much more, and you guys, I feel like you guys think I have a bunch of energy now, which I still do. I'm so energetic in my videos, but like I had so much more energy, and like but when I was sleeping a lot more, and I was like, oh my God, like this is like so real. Like this hypothesis that I had is so real, and like this is my new, like I feel like this is gonna like help me so much. That I like realized this. So shout out to that comment on my TikTok that was calling me out. And shout out to the Drake concert for helping me like learn this. So that's my new routine that I'm gonna be starting. I already started it kind of this week, but it's gonna be in real effect this starting week. It's gonna be the first full week of it. So I'm very excited to see like, you know, how my like mentality changes, my physical things, the acne, the stomach issues change, and like also just like not like spreading my message, but like I'm excited to like show you guys that like you can change things, and like you're not gonna be perfect all the time. Like I don't know, like showing that like it's okay to switch things around for like your own health, and like I don't know, just showing you guys that I'm like real too, you know what I mean? Like that I have issues, and that I don't want to say that I made mistakes, but like that I was stupid. And not even that I was stupid, like I wasn't stupid for waking up at 3 a.m., but like that I can be like, hey, like this isn't working for me anymore. Like I didn't realize this. I'm gonna change it. You know what I mean? Like it's okay to do that. So that's basically like the new thing. That's like my new thing. But then I'm gonna get into something completely different. Hold on, I have to like stop the video and then restart it. I'm gonna need to regather my thoughts because I have something else to like kind of like announce to you guys as well. So hold on. Okay, so as I'm sure you guys can tell from the title, whatever I titled this video, you guys always ask me to start a podcast, and I was like, podcast, like really not for me. I know I can talk a lot, but for some reason, like the thought of doing a podcast, like I don't want to be like podcast, like 3 ways to wake up earlier, like how to make healthy. There's so much shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there's so much shit like that all over the podcast, like health and wellness, like my favorite meals, like health tips. Like I do not want to be like that person. Like there are so many more credible like people that like know what they're talking about more than me. Like I don't need to add to that like category in the podcast world, I don't feel like. And I feel like that's what people like want from me or like expect from me is like health and wellness shit. And like honestly, like yeah, like a lot of my life is health and wellness, but I don't want to be like a health and wellness girly, if that makes sense. Like I truly like don't like meal prep shit. Like I do meal prep, but like I don't want to be like, oh my God, meal prep, like recipe ideas. Like I do that to an extent, but like that was never who I wanted to be like online. And so that's why I kind of never was like, I don't want to do a podcast. Like I don't want to talk about like healthy, blah, 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 blah. Like I don't care about that shit. Like I do, but like I don't care to talk about it. Like go listen to the 100 of other podcasts that talk about that. You know what I mean? But I had this idea this week, and I was like, how did I not think about this before? Like this is like something I can actually talk about and like be passionate about and like have fun with, and like have fun with you guys. And I feel like you guys can have fun with it too. So I don't know. I'm doing it on YouTube for this first one, like just on my webcam, like I usually do my videos. I have a podcast microphone and everything, but for some reason, this is just more casual, and this is how I want to do it. So this is kind of like episode 1, like the launch of my podcast, I guess. Hopefully, not hopefully, but like one day I will eventually get it on like Spotify and shit. But for now, I just had to get the first, like, it's like I had to get the first episode out and then I'm gonna like think about it, you know what I mean? But it's called, I'm nervous. I hate sharing songs, I hate sharing like my creative ideas and like I don't know shit with people. I hate like doing stuff like this. It's called, I thought of the name this morning, and that was always like the hardest part for me was like thinking of a name because I like hate shit like that. I don't want something cheesy. I don't want like I hate this shit. But I thought of this name and I was like, that is perfect and it encompasses so many things about me. And I looked it up and like no one took it yet. So I was like, oh my god, like, and I was like, someone for sure has this title, but no one did. It's called Headlines. And it's actually so crazy because when I was thinking of a name, I have like lists on my phone of like words that I like, and like I was looking through Pinterest and I have a list of like all these words that like I think are like cool, and I was looking through it and I was like, I don't know, and I was like, I love Drake. This is so weird how Drake, wait, this is actually really weird because like the Drake concert like inspired, what? He like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. The Drake concert like inspired me to like switch my routine, and now like Drake is like inspiring the podcast title. I love Drake. I've loved Drake since 11 since he released that Take Care album. I was at the Take Care concert in the rain, in the lawn seats. I was there, okay? I'm an OG. I love Drake so much. Anyways, so it was so weird actually. So I use Drake quotes for like literally all my Instagram captions. Like I always try to use a Drake quote. He speaks to me. He's a Scorpio. I have Scorpio in my chart. He's an October baby. I'm an October baby. He speaks to me. Okay? And I was looking through all my saved Drake songs, and I was like, is there anything like inspiration I can take from like his song titles? And I was like, no, I don't see anything, whatever. Like, I don't know, I don't see anything. And then also, because like I wanted to be super meaningful, and I didn't want it to be like cheesy or anything. And so I was like, I'm never gonna think of a title for this. Like, I'm never gonna find one. And then also another one of my passions is like I went to school. I don't know if you guys like all you guys know, but I went to school for communication and journalism, and like I love like journalism. Like I love writing. I wrote for my school's newspaper, like, and my dream in life was like I always wanted to work for a magazine. Like I always wanted to like work for Vogue and like write for Vogue. Like, and I would love to like have my own magazine one day, even though like magazines are like so outdated, like no one uses a magazine anymore, but somehow I don't know, that's always just been my dream. I took this magazine like design class in college, and it was like the best thing. We got to like design our own magazine from scratch, like pictures, like the design, the writing, everything, like, and it was like the proudest moment of my life, and it was in Adobe InDesign, and like it was just like I love doing that, and I was like, I want to design my own magazine so badly. And then I saw this thing that this girl I follow on Instagram, she posted something, and it was like these like newspaper like wedding invitations or something. It was like something at a wedding, and it was like a newspaper. I don't know, okay? It was something of a newspaper, and I think that got my brain. I don't remember. This literally happened this morning. I thought of the name for it, and I saw this newspaper thing, and then I was looking up stuff, and I was like, oh, like newspaper, like that would be like a cool like podcast like cover, like the news, like I don't know. I feel insecure telling my ideas to you guys. Okay, and so then I was like looking up like journalism, like synonyms, and I was thinking like, oh, like New York Times, like maybe I can make it something like the Taycrums Times, but obviously that's fucking cheesy as shit. And I was like, okay, like something like journalism, like I was looking up like synonyms, and I was like, and then I saw the word headlines, and I was like, oh my god, like headlines, like Drake's fucking song Headlines that I just heard live, like fucking 5 days ago, and like that's obviously like one of his most favorite or his most famous like OG fucking songs, and like I saw this interview. It all connects. It all fucking connects. Like I saw this interview of Drake back when he was like releasing the Take Care album, like 2013, right? 2013. And he was talking about like the meaning behind headlines and stuff, and I was like, damn. And now like I listen to that song with like a completely like different outlook, and like it's such a inspirational song to me, like, cause I love Drake, and like it's so inspirational. All of his songs inspire me, like that one especially, like, and I was like, oh my god, like I was just thinking like I want to incorporate like a Drake song title into my thing, and I also want to incorporate like journalism, like something that I'm passionate about, and also the point of this, I haven't even told you guys like the point of this podcast, but this just ties it in another again. But you guys know I've been doing, or I did it like once or twice, I think, the State of the Union thing on my TikTok, like what's in and what's out, like what I'm loving this week, what I'm hating this week, like what I'm not doing anymore, or what I'm doing this week. And it's from the Click books, which are books that I fucking read since like literally the 5th grade. And when Massey would do her State of the Union, the ins and outs, and so like, you know, I'd be like, for example, like if you guys watch my videos, you guys know like I had my green tea era. I feel like I'm always thinking like, oh, I'm in this era, oh, like I don't do it, like I liked green tea and then I hated green tea and like all this different stuff, and like I started doing the Peloton and I was like, I'm in my Peloton era, whatever, like, and basically the point of this podcast is going to be like me explaining like what I'm loving this week and like what I'm hating, like the ins and the outs, like the State of the Union. Guys, I like realized I forgot to say like how the title of headlines like goes into like what the podcast is going to be about, because like it's like, because like, you know, like the State of the Union, like it's like an announcement kind of like, oh, like what's the big, you know, what's the news, like what's the drama, what's the tea, you know what I mean, like, and like headlines is kind of like what's making the headlines this week, like what is Taylor doing this week, like what are like the top topics, like what is Taylor focusing on this week. So that's why it's called like headlines. I don't know if that made sense or like if you guys get it, but it makes sense to me. It's like what's in the headlines of my life this week. So I hope that makes sense. For example, like my Peloton, I've been Pelotoning, so like I'm in my Peloton era, so like that's gonna be an in, and I'm gonna talk about like why I love the Peloton and blah 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 blah, and like how, you know, I'm gonna give updates on that area. It's like embarrassing explaining it. And like I'm in my reading era. I've been in my reading era for a little bit, even though I haven't fucking read it all this week. I've been so, you know, going through it, having these realizations of life. I'm in my reading era. I have my Libby app, my library app. I got my library card. I'm in my reading era. So I'm going to talk about, you know, like what books I'm reading, like what books I like, what books I hate, you know, just give updates on that. Another one is like, I'm embarrassed. I'm switching out my breakfasts. You guys know how I've been eating breakfast sandwiches? The fucking egg bites. You know, I make my egg bites and I make my breakfast sandwiches, right? If I'm being honest with you, I fucking hate making those egg bites. It pisses me off. It makes me so mad. And the reason that I started making those egg bites was because I thought that it was my hormonal acne. I thought it was going to help my hormonal acne, when really my acne is from cortisol. Not hormones. So, well, and hormones, but you know what I mean? Fuck, the eggs aren't going to fix it. So, I used to eat oatmeal for breakfast. Did I? Yeah, you used to eat oatmeal for breakfast. And then I was like, oh, like oatmeal might be spiking my blood sugar and like bad for my hormones. So, I'm going to switch to eggs because you're supposed to have like fats and carbs. No. Fats and proteins in the morning for like healthy hormones. So, I was like, oh, like eggs, you know, like fats and proteins with avocado on it, fats and proteins, rather than like my oatmeal with fruit, which is like carbs and sugars, you know? So the whole reason I even switched to eggs was because of like, I thought it would help like my hormones, when, girl, you just had to go to sleep, dumbass. And so I'm fucking over my egg era. And like, dude, like making those eggs, like I would get so pissed. I'm like, oh my God, like I have to make my fucking egg bites. Like, so I'm over that. I'm like, girl, why don't you, I was like, Taylor, like, why don't you just fucking make whatever breakfast you want? Dumb bitch. Like, you don't have to fucking you don't have to like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make egg bites. But I get so in routine, and I get like so in routine that I like my brain can't like think outside the box. Anyway, so I was like, so this is my other era, my variety of breakfast era. I'm going to make peanut butter oatmeal. If I want peanut butter oatmeal that day, I'm going to make peanut butter oatmeal. If I want an English muffin with butter and olive oil and maybe an avocado, I'm going to make an English muffin with avocado on it. If I want yogurt, and dude, I used to not eat I thought that yogurt was making me break out, which it probably still is. I'm going to give yogurt another try, though, because I think that with my new sleeping era, I think that maybe, like, the yogurt, I just happened to be eating it when I was getting acne, and, like, maybe it wasn't the yogurt, because Greek yogurt is supposed to be, like, Greek yogurt is so fucking good for you, and it's so good in general. I fucking love Greek yogurt. I wish I would eat Greek yogurt every day if I could, but it kept making me break out. But now that I'm kind of getting my acne under control, I think, hope, pray, with my new sleep and low cortisol era, I'm going to give yogurt another try. So I can have yogurt, I can have oatmeal, or I can have an English muffin for breakfast. I can do whatever I want. I'm in my freedom era. I'm free from making those damn egg bites and eating the same thing every day. So, and also, yeah, like, I literally planned I just had a fucking realization. I literally planned my whole eating schedule because I was trying to, like, fix my gut problems. And I was like, I've been eating, like, low FODMAP. You guys know, like, I've been eating low FODMAP for fucking 2 years. Or has it been a year? It's been a little over a year. And if this whole sleeping thing fixes my stomach problems, bitch, I can eat whatever I want. Yeah. So I don't have to eat chicken, rice, and green beans every fucking day for lunch anymore. And I think I'm actually in my turkey sandwich era. I love a good turkey fucking sandwich. Like, it's so good. So I'm some like sourdough bread, and the sourdough bread from Trader Joe's, 5 grams of protein per slice. 10 grams of protein just from the bread. Turkey, Dijon mustard, mayo, tahini, turkey sandwich, baby. So I think I'm going to start making turkey sandwiches for my lunches instead of chicken, rice, and green beans. Fuck that shit. I'm so fucking sick. So, like, I'm in my turkey sandwich era. So that's my update on that. Like, I'm eating whatever the fuck I want now. I'm not making egg bites because I don't enjoy making the egg bites, and it pisses me off when I have to meal prep them, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I don't like it. I'm going to do whatever I want. So I'm like trying to like just like lessen the meal prep burden on myself. What else do I have to, I still have to prep my ginger shots. That I'm always going to have to prep on the weekends. But like I don't have to prep my lunches now because I'm making turkey sandwiches. And like those are like obviously quick to make in the morning. I don't have to prep my fucking breakfast sandwiches. Oh my God. I can just eat whatever I want. Like this is so great. And then what else do I have to prep? What else do I always prep? Is that it? I don't even know. But I'm like just lessening the meal because the meal prepping was becoming such a burden on me. Like truly. I was like, Taylor, like, why do you have to eat this shit? I like really asked myself. I really got deep in myself. Said, Taylor, why do you have to eat this shit? And I said, oh, I don't. And then I fucking snapped back to reality. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I'm doing. What else do I have? Yeah, I'm still in my Peloton era. Like that's honestly going great. I'm loving the Peloton. I used to do like the incline walk thing. And honestly, I feel like I'm like, am I like looking skinny? I don't know. I might be too early to. I've been Pelotoning for like 3 weeks now. I think like 3 times a week for 3 weeks. And like I feel like I'm like looking kind of good. Like I sweat my ass off. I sweat my ass off in those Peloton classes. I used to wear a hoodie to the gym because like when I would walk on the treadmill, I would wear the hoodie to kind of get more of a sweat in because you don't sweat that much when you're walking. But I'm like a sweaty person in general. Like I sweat. I'll be freezing cold in Antarctica and I'll have pit stains in my shirts. Like I sweat so bad. I think I have hyperhidrosis, like full body, and my mustache also sweats a lot. I think I have full body hyperhidrosis. Anyways, I cannot wear the hoodies anymore when I do Peloton. My whole head was wet with, I did a 20-minute ride. My whole head was wet with sweat. My sweatshirt felt like a beach towel. Like it was soaking wet. Like I just dried off from the shower. Like it was soaked. And I was like, okay, I can't wear this fucking hoodie anymore. But dude, I love this Peloton shit. Like it's actually fun. And I told you guys all the time, like my waking up early era started with spin classes because I wanted to take 5:45 a.m. spin classes. And that's my waking up early era started back in like 2017 in college. I just do a 20-minute class to start my workout off. And then I do my glutes. I've been doing my abs every single day. I think I've done abs 5 days a week for the past 2 weeks. Really slaying. I've been doing my little ab workout, trying to stretch more. But now that I'm doing my Pilates, I'm doing, instead of doing Pilates Tuesday, Thursday, 2 days a week, I'm doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week. And then I'm doing my gym days Tuesday, Thursday, and then I'm going on the weekend. I was so against going to the gym on the weekend. I was like, I want to do nothing on the weekend. But I was like, you know what, Taylor, maybe you need some structure. Maybe you need some structure in your life on the weekends because you literally end up doing fucking nothing on the weekends because you're a loser. So I was like, maybe you need some structure and you need to get your ass to the gym on the weekends. So that's starting next weekend. That will not be starting this weekend. No, this is not the weekend. I'm starting that next weekend. I can't breathe. Sorry, pardon me. I'm going to start going to the gym on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday, like whatever day it works, in the morning, and whenever the fuck it is, I'm just going to get my ass to the gym. All right. And so I'm doing Pilates 3 days a week now, gym 3 days a week. And with my Pilates, I'm also going to try to do more deep stretching. I am like an old, like, I'm like, oh my God, I can't fucking move. I'm so fucking old. And like, I'm like cracking and like popping, pop, lock, and drop. And like, my body's in pain. And like, I was a cheerleader, so I've always been like real flexible. Like, I can like still do the splits and stuff, but like, my splits are like painful to do now. So I really need to go more deep stretching. I used to go to yoga classes all the time. Like again, back in like 2018, 2019, I would go to yoga classes like every Sunday. And I was like low-key good as fuck. I was like so flexible. Like I'm so good at it. And I need to get back into my yoga era and like my stretching. Like I really, because as I'm getting older, you know, I want to keep my body like lean and youthful, you know. And I feel like I have not been doing that because I haven't been prioritizing stretching. So I need to do that more. So on those 3 days of Pilates, I'm also going to be doing deep stretching so I can still be flexible. So That's also the new vibe. So, and also along with that, this meditation app, like, reached out to me. They're called the Superhuman app. They, like, reached out to me and they offered me, like, a 3-month, like, free thing. I don't have to, it's not like I don't have to post anything for them or, like, do anything. They're not, like, paying me or anything. They're just like, hey, do you want to try it? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to try it. And I was like, I need to get back to my meditation era and also my journaling era because you guys know I used to journal every single morning before Pilates, and then when I started going to the gym, I kind of fell off of it because the gym, like, it makes my morning more chaotic because I'm, like, driving to the gym and it, like, takes longer and stuff. But I used to journal every morning before Pilates, and I was thriving in life. I feel like ever since I stopped journaling, my life is, like, gone to shit. You know what I mean? Like, not actually, like, I'm fine, but, like, my life was way better when I was journaling every day, and I would just do gratitude and then, like, manifestations or, like, goals. Like, I would like remind myself, like, who I want to be, what I want to do, like, what I want to achieve. And it was, like, really good for my mental health, like, surprisingly, and so now with all this, like, this new routine, like, I'm really prioritizing journaling before my workouts, and because I'm like, oh, like, is this really even doing anything? And then I kind of stopped doing it, but no, it was doing something because I've been suffering ever since I stopped doing it. So journaling before my workouts, just my gratitude, and then my manifestation / goals every morning, and then also meditating. And I used to meditate like 15 minutes. Like, I was like a hardcore meditator back in like 2021, like early 2021, before I had like my mental. I'm not gonna talk about it anyways. I was, like, so good about meditating every single day, and it was, like, my special time. Like, I would get real, like, I would be, like, floating off into space. Like, I would get real deep into it, and now that I have this meditation app, I was like, boom, my motivation is now sparked. I want to do my meditation every day. So, like, literally, dude, on Thursday, I had the best fucking morning of my life. I woke up, didn't go on my phone because I didn't film on Thursday, or I think I also might, like, cut down on how many days I'm filming my morning routine, because it's not like as like, oh my god, 3:30 a.m. Like, it's not like a big deal anymore. No one gives a fuck anymore. Okay, so I might cut down on the days that I'm filming just so I can, like, really be zen and centered with myself, and also so I can produce, like, other different content. I've already, like, cut down on it a little bit, but I want to, like, cut down on the morning routine thing even more and just focus on different content, you know what I mean? And now that I'm doing this podcast thing, like, I'm just, like, so busy, you know what I mean? So, anyways, and like, honestly, like, filming my mornings, like, it fucking stresses me out. Like, it stresses me out. It makes me go on my phone. I would not touch my phone in the morning. Now I have to fucking touch it because I fucking wake up and I'm like, hey, good morning, and I'm, like, fucking half asleep, you know what I mean? So, what was I saying? I had the best fucking morning on Thursday. Like, literally, I had the best morning. See, and I thought that I couldn't do a podcast. Bitch, I can do a podcast. I'm doing it right now. I'm talking. What was I saying? On Thursday, I had the best morning. I woke up, didn't fucking touch my phone, left it on the fucking charger. Fuck you. I didn't open a single app, okay? I go out, I change to my Pilates clothes, I take my ginger shot, I put my icy face mask on, I journal on my couch. And then this whole time, I'm playing meditation music, like the 528 hertz music. That shit also. I need to get up, dude. I have this craziest fucking. I'm not gonna get into the story. Basically, that shit like fucking works, bro. When I listen to that 528 hertz music at night while I'm sleeping, shit happens to me, bro. Shit happens to me. I need to start listening to that every single night. I'm writing this down. 528 hertz every night. My life's about to transform. I listen to that music the whole time in the morning as I'm journaling. It's just in the background. It's like, oh, and I'm like, fuck yes, I'm in the fucking zone. I'm in my fucking bubble, like the olden days, like the good old days, bro, the good old fucking days. And I was like a zen ass bitch. Anyways, I'm like some psycho TikTok bitch. Okay. Anyways, I'm listening to this meditation music the whole fucking time, like in the morning. And then I start doing my Pilates. I roll out my Pilates mat. I'm stretching. I'm warming up my abs. I'm doing my glute work. I'm doing my Pilates, my own Pilates routine, which is on my YouTube channel if you want to look. It's called 4 a.m. Pilates with Taylor. Me. It's not my YouTube channel. I have my own Pilates. I want to make more Pilates videos. I do so bad. Oh my God. But I just like, I haven't been making it a priority. I really haven't. Fuck. Anyways, what was I saying? I'm doing my Pilates. Still, the 528 hertz music is like booming through the room. I'm like making my whole apartment building zen. And I had the best morning. And then I fucking did my Pilates. And then after I did my meditation, I don't really like guided meditations. Honestly, like I feel like I don't need the guidance. Like I honestly, when I close my eyes and like I try to meditate, like I can zone in pretty damn good. Like honestly, like I don't really have a lot of like, even like when I go to bed, like people like always overthink like when they go to sleep. Like I like maybe like once every 2 weeks I'll be like thinking about stuff when I go to bed, but like I can like clear my mind very easily. And So I really just prefer, like, the music in the background, and, like, I was just having, like, a fucking moment. Like, I did a little 5-minute, like, and I was like, fuck yes. Like, I was like, this is what I have to do every day. Like, this is my new fucking routine. Wow, it's been a crazy week, hasn't it? Like, it's been a crazy week, and it all started with Drake. Thank you, Drake, for inspiring this life-changing transformation for me. And so, yeah, this is episode 1, I guess. Did I miss anything? I had, like, some other stuff written down. I don't know. I think that's enough. But this is oh my god, I forgot that I posted that TikTok. Oh my god, I have to look at the comments. Everyone's gonna be like, you lying bitch! Like, you fake! Stop. I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl, boss, okay? You guys, you know what else? Oh my god, you know what else I'm doing? Wait, I don't know how to tell you guys yet. I'm like in my arts and crafts era. I'm in my board game era. I'm really getting into board games, arts and crafts, cooking. I would like to just move away to Tuscany, in the fields, in the forest. No, they don't have forest. It's like a field. In the hills of Tuscany, and just live a peaceful, like watch the sunrise, do my Pilates, cook breakfast, do my arts and crafts, like feed I actually fucking hate chickens. I would not want to have chickens. I hate large birds. Large birds are disgusting. Like, I don't care. Flamingos, what are some other large birds? I really don't like penguins. No, like, they're fine. Like, penguins, they do their own thing. Like, no hate to them, but like, what is the point? What are you guys doing? Like, what's the point? I don't know. And I just, like, don't like large birds, especially chickens and, like, turkeys and shit. I think they're absolutely insane, and I hate them. I don't know anyone, like, small birds are totally fine, but, like, large birds, no. So I would not be having chickens, but, like, I just want to, like, move to the hills of Tuscany and, like, do my meditation and, like, my Pilates overlooking, like, the vineyard and, like, the golden sunrise, and then, like, go in and, like, cook and, like, play board games with, like, my children and, like, read my book. Like, that's what I want to do. And I think that I'm getting closer and closer to that every day with this new vibe. I think that's all that I think that's all I have to say. So soon enough, I'll be in my house in Tuscany, and I'm excited to, like, make this podcast for you guys. Like, I think I'm gonna upload it, like, on Sundays, like, on the weekends. Like, on the weekends, I'll kind of film, like, my, like, State of the Union, like, what's in, what's out, like, what am I loving, what am I doing, what doesn't work for me. Like, I'm just gonna know. I feel like that's, like, so fun. I don't know. I literally love it, and I love the title and how it, like, intertwines with, like, my whole life, and, like, how Drake is so prevalent in this, and I love Drake. Wow. Anyways, I think that's it for the first podcast, like, period. Like, it's not really a podcast, it's, like, on YouTube, but, like, it is a podcast. I'm fucking calling it a podcast. Thanks for watching. If you guys, like, watch this, like, thank you so much. Like, oh my god. I'm so excited for this new, like, new era. Like, new era is, like, girl boss to me now. It's, like, it's so overused. I need to think of a new word. They need to create a new word for this. I'm so excited for this new era. Anyways. Okay, bye.